Hello, everybody. How are you doing today? My name is Horizano, and this is another episode of the world famous, the University Love, the best podcast in 1, 2, 3 galaxies. But, ladies and gentlemen, you and I, we just call this show Online Marketing Moves, and we are coming to you live today. Today is Monday. Today is Monday, March the 11th, 2024. Everybody, how was your weekend? How are you? What are you up to? What are you doing? How have you been? Okay. Today's episode, we have something very important to talk about, as always. But before we do that, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to share with you what I did this weekend. This weekend, I spent a lot of time with my daughter, lovely daughter, 2.5 now. Little little child and I, we went outside. we we went outside, and my daughter likes to go pick up rocks, pick up sticks. She likes to sit on the curb, and I don't mind it at all. The only thing that I really am like, whoa, is when she wants to jump in the puddle. And I'm like, oh man, we're gonna have to change the pants and all this type of stuff. But I'm like, hey, I'm with it. If you're with it, I'm with it. I'm not jumping in the puddles at this day and time in my life. But if you want to, sweetie, you go right at it. And I got to thinking, we was watching, and then we went back home, and we started watching Sesame Street, or not even Sesame Street. we watch we watch Elmo. We really don't watch Sesame Street. My daughter now, she's getting used to be able to turn on Sesame Street and watch it. And then it was some episodes there was no Elmo. Now if you go like 10 minutes and she doesn't see Elmo, she will grab the remote, she will hand you the remote, and she will say, Elmo. Elmo. You know, she has three things she likes to watch. She likes to watch Miss Rachel. She likes to watch Elmo, and she likes to watch these songs with it's called Gracie's Corner. So she goes Elmo, Gracie, Elmo, Gracie. You know, and you can't you like, but this is Elmo, Sesame Street, but she don't want to hear none of that. Used to just sit there, but now she has opinions. And there was a clip, there was a clip that I saw that was an older episode of Sesame Street, way back in the day, and it was Kermit the Frog, and he was singing ABCs with this young toddler, with this young child, and she was like ABC Cookie Monster, and it's one of the cutest things you'll ever see. But I was thinking that sums up about being a parent. Your kids do things that are very sweet, and every now and then they sometimes, like my daughter, she will start to grate the nerves some. But then she'll turn around 2 seconds, she'll do the sweetest thing, and you go, hey, you wasn't great my nerves, sweetie. Come on, let's get back to doing what we were doing. And that sums up the little video. So it was like a minute long. It was, she was like ABC Cookie Monster. And Kermit the Frog was like, that's not in the alphabet. And they went down some more, and she said Cookie Monster. And at the end, Kermit was like, hey, next time do it with Cookie Monster. And he was walking off, and she's like, I love you. Kermit walked back and said, I love you. And I was like, there you go. That sums it all up, because I mean, you'll have moments. I don't know if you have kids, you don't have kids, you understand. And if you ever have kids, you will understand. There will be moments where you just like, I don't know what's going on right now, and then there will be moments you're like, ah. And it's so funny. I'm gonna give you a little. My daughter, every now and then I'll whip out a picture of her when she's a baby. And yesterday I did it, or the other day I did it, and she said, who's that? And I'm like, that's you. She said, a baby. And I'm like, yeah, it's a baby, but it's you. And I'm like, she don't understand that. And it's so amazing. It's so amazing to me, like how babies, like as an adult, you think about the past, you think about the future. You really shouldn't live in the past, and you shouldn't live in the future. The most important is the right now. But as you all know, as adults, unfortunately, we live in the past sometimes. If life ain't going the way you want it to go, you think about, oh man, I remember when I was, dating Tommy over there or dating Susie or whatever. And it was so great. And, I remember and I worked at McDonald's and I was, making all the money. And, you tend to do that. And then, sometimes if you, let's say you're at work and you're like, man, I'm looking forward to vacation in 3 months. It's like 3 months. You got 3 months. You got to enjoy today. You got to enjoy the moment. And this is why, ladies and gentlemen, that you want to be trying to do everything in your power, everything in your body to really live the life that you want to live. So that way, there's not a moment that goes by where you're like, this sucks. That is the worst feeling you can have when you go, man, this sucks. Uh, I mean, me personally, I would try to I try to make do or whatever's rocking and rolling. But I understand, I get it. If you're not liking the way things are going, you sort of, this is why entertainment is at an all time high. This is why people watch these cruddy, stupid, reality shows, which you definitely should not be watching. Okay, I ain't telling you what to do, but watch something productive. Watching Kim Kardashian sit around the kitchen with her sister Chloe. That ain't really you know. I mean, my wife watched that show. My wife watched that show one time. I just remember it was a long time ago, and I remember it was before Bruce Jenner transition. He was still before he became Caitlyn. He was just Bruce Jenner, and I remember I hadn't seen him in a long time, and I was looking at him, and I asked my wife. I said, "That ain't the guy that used to be in the Olympics, was?" And my wife said, "Yeah, he was in the Olympics," and I'm like, "What did he do?" And she's like, and I remember, she's not a psychic or nothing, but she was like, he seems like he wants to be a woman or something. And then that was early in our dating. That was early in our dating days, and that was way before he transitioned to a woman. So my wife, if only she could pick the lottery numbers like that, we would really be cooking with some grease. You know what I mean? But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that was quite a segment. Now we are going to get down to the nitty gritty today. We are going to discuss why you should not you should not make um boring content. Sometimes you have to shake out the tree. And what I mean by that is I wrote an article, and you can go to Medium, by the way, and read the article. I wrote an article. It was a very simple article, very simple story about being a black person in America and have and it's seemingly to be that you have to be a Democrat, have to be. Sort of seems that way sometimes. But I just wrote the article, not a big deal. And I got a few comments, and one comment I had to chuckle. And the young lady said, just go on and vote for Trump. You sound like a Trump. You sound like a Trump, 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 Trump. And I thought to myself, there you go. That's what you're looking for, pal. You want reactions to your content. You do not want, you want, as I told you before, we're going to talk about it often. You want them hot, you want them cold. You don't want them on the fence. Get them hot. They either going to love it or they're going to hate it. You don't want to really, you post videos on YouTube. You want people to agree. You want them to disagree. The one thing you don't want is, you know, this is why My wife was watching the Oscars last night. They want people to have a reaction. This person should have won. That person shouldn't have won. I think this movie was the best. I think that movie was the best. The one thing you don't want if you're like in an award, the Oscars, you don't want. It don't matter. It don't matter who wins. Who cares who wins? They're not looking for those kind of people. They want people that actually are going to watch the Oscars, that are going to comment, tweet, all this type of stuff. You want reactions to your stuff. You want reactions to your brand. You want reactions to you. You want the reactions. Good, bad. What you don't want is indifferent. You know, uh, I was so proud. I was so proud one time when I was writing. Um, I'll give you another example. I was I was writing emails, and this lady said, "Please take me off your email list." And I said, "No, ma'am, you got to do that yourself." Why am I gonna Why am I gonna take you off? But it's a reaction, so it doesn't matter if it's a good one or a bad one. You want reactions. You don't want eh, take it or leave it. You don't want that. If you can't be the I'll give you another example. It's about price. They say if you can't be the lowest in the industry, then go for don't try to go middle of the road like let me price this at this. No, price it at a price it a little more expensive. And then the way things are nowadays, and the way people, what works in people's mind, which is strange to you, maybe strange to me, but people, if it's not expensive, they go, well, no, that's cheap. It could be the best product. It could be the most amazing product, and if you put a too low of a price tag on there, people will go, I don't think so. It's Trust me. So you want the reaction, because lots, like, I saw some kind of cup was going viral, and it was like $50, I believe. And me, I'm never gonna spend $50 on a stupid cup. Come on now. And I was thinking to myself, what's the big deal? But people were running to the stores. Whoever designed the cup and charged $50, they made a reaction. I don't know if somebody went viral with the cup or what, but people reacted to the cup. I mean, this is what you want. You want to shake the tree, you know. You can. It's just like if you are, and this is why MSNBC, they are praying that Trump becomes president, not because they want Donald Trump to become president, but it gives them 4 years to talk about, Trump this, Trump that, blah 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 blah. It gets ratings, and Fox News is probably hoping and praying that a Democrat, Joe Biden, becomes president, so they can have 4 more years of, old sleepy Joe, blah 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 blah. These people, they say, oh, we were like this, we were like that. No, they're looking for a reaction. They want people to watch the news. And everything you do, you want a reaction. This is the part of marketing. This is marketing 101. You don't want tepid. You don't want lukewarm. You want a reaction. You know, it's just like you you're dating somebody, okay, and you give them a gift. What do you want? You want a reaction. You want, oh my God, I love this. This is the greatest thing that anybody's ever gotten me. You don't want, thanks. You know? You don't want that. Then you're gonna be annoyed. You're gonna be like, I put all this effort into this, and this is the reaction they get. So you've already know you already know this, but sometimes, the more you think about this kind of stuff, the more it'll be like, okay, yeah, 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 I get it, I get it, I get it. And so you want you want reactions. You don't want the eh eh. You want the reaction. So I was very happy when I wrote my little article and got the reaction. I said, now, there we go. That's what you got to do. And so It doesn't matter. Like I told you before, everybody ain't gonna like you. It's just the way it is. It's okay. Don't get into the corner. And if you worried about everybody's feelings, then you shouldn't be. You should just not create content. You know what I mean? So that's all we got today, ladies and gentlemen. We will be back tomorrow with the all new episode of Online Marketing Moves. But until then, my name is Tony Rizzano. Thank you for listening. God bless. And as always, everybody, peace.